This is Trabr. We're creating the technology and the ecosystem for everything building. We're creating a market network which boasts a marketplace and a mobile-first, cloud-based suite of project control tools for builders, consumers, trades, suppliers, for everybody. All on the smartphone, all remote, all mobile, all for building. This is Trabr, and this is a building conversation. Good morning, this is Tony Huxley from Trabr Limited. I'm glad to be joining you today. Tony Rouady, General Manager of Network Building Supplies. G'day, Tone, how are you?
Hi, Tony, I'm well.
Excellent, good to hear. Thanks for joining us, really appreciate you making the time. When we first met, you took me for a bit of a tour around here, which we really appreciated. And I remember at the time you saying, I think it might have been about your paint depot, for
Yes.
want of a word. You said that a lot of your customers come in here because it's a place to have a cup of coffee.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So how's that been lately?
Yeah, well, you're right. That does get affected. So because we get repeat customers and repeat business, it's all about, our business is built on relationships. We are a relationship business. So it's understanding our customers, what they want, what they need, supporting them. We've got great account managers. So every single customer here is allocated an account manager. So there's a name. They can ring and they're talking to a person. And you're right, they tend to come in, they're ordering something, call one of the reps, I'll meet you in the office, have a coffee. So that side of it can still happen now, even with the social distancing.
Because we've relaxed a bit here in New South Wales.
Yeah, but in that period there was, people miss that social interaction at work as they did at home. So we're finding a lot more coming in now to see us. But on building sites, it's been pretty good as long as we've been following the protocols. Our guys have still been able to visit some of their customers, but definitely that's had an impact for sure. So you're right, that people are looking forward to shaking hands again, I think, soon.
Yeah, who knows when it's going to happen? That's the question.
I know, but you're right. Look, the building industry built. It's really built with salt of the earth people who very down to earth, easy to talk to, common sense people, if you like, if you want to call it that, and they love relationships. They love talking to someone, help me out. That's really been the key part of our success, has been the relationships with not only our customers, our suppliers. We're a relationship business.
Yeah.
So yes, having those interpersonal meetings is very important.
No, I get it. So if I can ask, how's business tracking today, say, compared to just 2 years ago? Because when you think 2 years ago, before pandemics and all this sort of stuff happened, the property markets were sort of stalling.
Correct. And
building was sort of like, well, what's going to happen? So how's the Network Building Supplies business today compared to maybe 2 years ago?
Thankfully, we're quite steady, Tony, in terms of our sales numbers.
Yeah.
Obviously our collections are tougher. People are still doing a bit tough, so we've been as compassionate as we can be. The sales numbers for us have been steady because we've still been growing in that period. So had we stood still as a business, we don't tend to stand still as a business. We're always, adding different parts to the business or different products and partnering up with smaller niche companies as well who want to distribute products. So we're continually growing, which has kept us steady.
Yeah.
Had we just stood still, then I'd say we'd be a little bit backwards at the moment.
Yeah.
But in terms of sales numbers, we're pretty much on par with last year.
Yeah.
But it's coming off a little bit at the moment. We can feel it. Everyone we talk to is warning us the last quarter is going to be a bit
unpleasant,
bit of a disaster. That's the words they're saying. But for us, because our business is quite diversified and being involved in the cladding market as well now, which is very topical. So the reclad work has to happen. So that will also,
Well, that's a government directive, isn't it?
It has to happen.
It's got to happen.
It's got to happen. And having witnessed a lot of tests myself and seen the bad products, it's got to happen sooner rather than later because they're ticking time bombs, these buildings, it's just what's happened in that side of the industry has been disgraceful, really. But so for us, having all these different aspects to our business has sort of kept our sales stable.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
So tell me, the single biggest part of your business, is that interior lining?
It's still it is still internal fit out type products. You know, your plasterboard, insulation,
Yep.
rondo metal products. However, the external side now, because we do a lot of Hebel as well. So
Yep.
between Hebel and facades, is probably the external and render collectively is bigger.
Oh, it's bigger than the interior.
Collectively,
okay. Interesting.
but
Because it used to be the other way, didn't it?
Well, it started the
Yeah,
other way,
yeah.
so it was all internal fit out type products.
Yeah.
But we have focused on the external in the last few years a bit more, because the internal market, whilst it's important to have a good solution provider like us instead of just being a building products provider, it's very commodity driven as well, so it's very hard to just sustain a business based on these high volume, low margin products.
Yep.
So where there's products that needs a bit of smarts and a bit of technical backup, we're good like that. We have great people. So that's why.
Well, that's where your account managers come to the fore.
Yeah, because we're definitely solution providers. When our customers talk to our account managers, it's about, I need assistance as well as I just need a product.
Yeah.
How do I design this? What sort of acoustic ratings can I get here? What are the fire properties? All of these things.
Yep.
So that's why we've branched out into that area, because it takes a bit more technical now as well. It's not just a commodity-driven market.
And it gives you a deeper value proposition,
Absolutely,
I guess. It's not just about price comparison and
correct,
because you win and lose on price.
Obviously, in the building industry, you're always getting that. Price is such a big driver, but
get that.
If we add value, like we believe we do, it does give us a point of difference as well. Yeah.
Excellent.
But the external side is huge for us now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's is it trending in a certain direction, or is it?
Well, only because we've focused on it, but we're still going very well with the internal fit outs. I mean, being a large Gyprock distributor, and Gyprock is the premium brand in the market. We've got a great relationship with CSR.
Yep.
That's still a big part of our business, and we align very well with Gyprock's core values.
Yeah.
Because they're not just a commodity trader as well. They look for value proposition.
Yeah, and they've got a brand to protect as well.
Brilliant brand. We tend to align ourselves with well-backed products and well-made products by reputable companies. That's really our goal. The leader in their market is always the best.
No question.
Yeah. So when I say the leader, the leaders. Sorry, you don't have to be number one, but you can be in the top 2 or 3 manufacturers.
But you want to be aligned with people that have brands that people respect and admire and
are well-backed, well-warranted.
Yep. Well, and that's a big issue today.
And that's a big issue at the moment. I think people are realising now, there's been a lot of talk in the media over the years about cheap imports and stuff that's come into the country. You've seen it with the cladding. You can read the newspapers, there's class actions going on. These things are happening for a reason.
Yeah.
Because a lot has come in that hasn't been up to scratch.
Cheap and cheerful isn't always best, is it?
That's right.
Tony Rouady, I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks, Tony.